Okay, the highlight video from July 11th here in GreatStockPicks.com, live trading chat room, SCTY, Solar City. 5-minute candles here, just had a nice tight base. A little bit of a trend line there. I mean, just a real tight wedge this morning. And if you look to the left, you had yesterday's high. Just to the left, you had another recent high. I mean, so if I pan out a little bit, you'll be able to see that this thing had room. So you got that big move. And over this certainly had room. So I just called this over this base, 43.25. And the stop at 42.95. Look what happens. Right there within 5 minutes, we're up about, what, 60 cents? And we've got through 44 there. Anyway, it ended up going up about 80 or 90 cents within about 10 minutes. I love trades like that. It held the stop all day, but didn't do much the rest of the day. And as I pointed out in the after hours video for our member page, for our members, something to think about. I always tell people that I make most of my money before noon. Okay, now look at the candlestick sizes, the average 5-minute candlestick sizes in the opening hour, and then look at them the rest of the day. See the difference there? This is when you get your passion, right? And so that's when you make your money. At least for me, afternoon trading, especially in the summertime, is almost ridiculous. WLT, I called long right over yesterday's high, and I'll show you why. Here's the daily chart. We all know there's a lot of shorts and the coals are really beaten up. This is what the daily chart looked like, and you notice this was yesterday. See what happened? You had a gap up, but it closed at its low. So you've got sellers coming in thinking they'll just short WLT back down to single digits, but then today, shorts are in trouble, right, if it gets through yesterday's high. So this is the high of the day of that big red daily candle. And you take out that high, you're probably going to get a decent move. And then right about here, 12.24 is where I call it, right in there. Stop at 12.10. So only 14 cents risk, and it ran for us the rest of the day. Went to 12.69 on 14 cents risk. We were never underwater in that one. BTU, another coal, pretty much the same principle. BTU looked like this when I called it. You can see yesterday's high. You had the same deal. I'll bring over a smaller version of the daily chart. You had the same deal. You had the red candle yesterday, and then if we take that out, it's probably going to give us a decent move. I called BTU long over yesterday's high. Actually, no. I knew we had yesterday's high just to the left. Today's high right there as well. So I just called it at 15.90 to give us a little bit better entry and hopefully have the new highs ticker get people piling in after us. So 15.90 with a 15.80 stop. That's a good day trading ratio there. And we were selling all the way into that spike. It ended up going higher without ever stopping out too. Went to 16.30 something. So looking at my orders here, or the wrap up from the day. There was a couple other calls I made that are decent lessons. RMTI, I called long right here, and we were already selling right here. Went to break even on the rest and stopped out. So at break even, but that was my first trade of the day and made money. And as I always say to our members, that's a difference between a new trader or a gambler and a seasoned trader. If you're taking this on a high of day break, well, keep in mind it's a $5 stock, but we called it, I actually got it in below that, maybe in the 480 something. I'm a seller as it breaks through 5, and my stops at break even after that, because the trade's in the first 15 minutes, plus it's a low float stock. And you can see what happened. It came right back down. No, I didn't try to turn around and short it. I just got out. But I made a few sandwiches earlier on that one. And it was trading plenty liquid. I mean, look at it. One 5-minute candle was over 1 million shares. So if you look at the daily, massive volume today for a stock that some days trades 100,000. Okay, so, anytime you're trading something like that, you got to take quick profits, especially if it's an early trade. And the same deal with Yelp. Yelp had this very tight base. It had blue skies on the daily, okay, if it got through the high of the day, and called Yelp over this 37.80 area, thinking that'll get us through the high of the day, and it might go crazy. Yelp can really move at times, so it took it over 37.80, I think 37.82. It went to 37.91, and just like that, just like I teach our members, when you take a base break with the high of day to the left and blue skies where it should rip, if it doesn't, get back out at break even. Okay, this should have been an immediate rally. And again, I'll point out one other thing, not to chop around too much, but notice the candlestick sizes early, and notice the candlestick sizes the rest of the day. That's afternoon trading in the summer. So anyway, I ended up taking a flat on this one. It printed that high of day, and then right back to my entry, and I was back out. And look, would have been a decent short at that point. But anyway, so that's trying to cover everything I called today. I think that might have been it right there. Oh, and then during the day also, when other solars were doing well, First Solar FSLR looked like this, and I typed in First Solar over the high of day might give a trade as well, which would have been over 45.60, and that I didn't take that, but it went up over $1 from there. And I know some members thanked me for that, so people made money in it, but it wasn't an official call. All right, anyway, I'll quit babbling. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.